Welcome back to Image Create Theater, presented by Infinite Chronicles and the Image Create Entertainment Group. This evening, venture into the unexplored depths where Captain Granger and his crew uncover the truth that the ocean retains every scar humanity has caused. Beyond the reach of light, forgotten legends awaken, haunting sirens, colossal creatures never meant to be seen, and ancient powers lurking beneath the waves. With most of Earth's oceans still unexplored, one question remains. What if the greatest mysteries aren't waiting to be discovered, but are waiting for us?
My name is Captain Elias Granger, and I've spent more than 2 decades commanding the commercial fishing vessel Northern Star. I've survived killer storms, towering waves, and winters that swallowed stronger men than me. Out here, fear keeps you alive, but some things don't care how prepared you are. The Bering Sea hides ancient secrets beneath its black waters, and I've learned that not every creature belongs in a fisherman's net. My crew is my family. Marcus Hale, my first mate, is loyal to the end. Jimmy Scott, my second mate, sought to provide for his family, seasoned enough to respect the sea. Tyler Brooks, our youngest deckhand, is a determined rookie, desperate to prove he belongs. Ever since his mother died last year, grief has left a hollow emptiness in his eyes that the sea seems eager to exploit. Then there's Ivan Petrov, our battle-scarred engineer, a man who respects ancient legends because he's witnessed impossible things lurking beneath the waves, patiently waiting for mankind to trespass its depths. We thought we were heading out for another fishing trip, but unbeknownst to us, we were sailing into a nightmare. As the Northern Star pulled away from the dock, I kept my eyes fixed on the endless stretch of the Bering Sea, waiting beyond the harbour. We needed a good haul this season. If we came back empty, none of us would make ends meet. Dutch Harbour, Unalaska, as the locals call it, slowly disappeared behind us, while I guided the vessel carefully through the channel. The ship's horns echoed across the cold morning, sounding less like a farewell and more like a warning. Behind me, Tyler laughed with Marcus, his excitement impossible to miss. He still believed this was just another fishing trip. I almost envied him. Out here, the sea has a way of hiding things beneath its black surface. Things that wait patiently for sailors to drift too far from shore. That morning, we sailed willingly into their hunting grounds. The crew settled into the familiar rhythm of the voyage as Ivan climbed to the wheelhouse, scanning the horizon with the quiet caution of a man who trusted instincts more than instruments. 45 minutes after leaving the safety of the bay, the mood aboard the Northern Star changed. It wasn't the weather that stopped us, it was the sea itself. Ahead stretched a massive pool of crude oil, black as midnight, spreading across the water like an open wound. Ivan spoke of centuries of humanity's relentless abuse. Industrial whaling, poisoned waters, mountains of plastic, oil-choked seas, and skies darkened by pollution. His words carried the weight of an ancient warning, suggesting the ocean remembered every scar inflicted upon it. Someday, he believed, the sea would no longer endure in silence. It would rise in judgment, and nothing sailing above its depths would be beyond its reach.
One day, Captain, the ocean will push back.
You're right, Ivan. We've taken the sea for granted. One day, humanity will answer for its recklessness. Let's pray it's not today. Ivan climbed from the wheelhouse and joined Jimmy and Tyler on deck, where they stood staring into the endless black abyss as darkness slowly swallowed the horizon. As I remained at the helm, guiding the Northern Star through increasingly restless seas, the wind carried an unnatural chill as Ivan broke the silence with a story few fishermen dared repeat.
They say the sirens don't just sing to lure you in, they wait beneath the depths.
He claimed sirens had ruled these waters for hundreds of thousands of years, hiding beneath the waves, waiting for mankind to wander too close. Their songs, he warned, were impossibly beautiful, yet fatally irresistible. They didn't simply lure sailors, They reached into their minds, whispering in voices that sounded like loved ones long dead.
But the sirens, they are the ones you actually hear. Legends talk of deadly sirens lurking in the deep.
Broken by grief and false hope, men willingly stepped over the rails into the freezing ocean, believing salvation awaited below. Instead, they vanished forever, becoming nothing more than another feast for the creatures beneath. I could see Tyler forcing a nervous laugh, while Jimmy exchanged uneasy glances with Marcus. Ivan's weathered face never changed. His eyes carried the weight of someone who wasn't telling a legend, but remembering a nightmare. Marcus finally broke the silence, ordering Ivan to stop filling the crew's heads with ghost stories and help prepare for the storm closing around us. The sea was growing violent, and I still struggled to steer us away from those cursed waters. None of us noticed the haunting melody beginning beneath the wind. The storm would show no mercy, but neither could we. Forced miles off our original course, we had no choice but to set the crab pots and cast our nets into the black, restless sea. Empty-handed wasn't an option. Tyler, Marcus, Jimmy and Ivan worked together, battling the crashing waves as each heavy cage disappeared beneath the churning water. Every roll of the Northern Star felt more violent than the last, while I fought to keep the vessel steady against the growing storm. The wind screamed through the rigging, and lightning ripped across the sky, revealing the ocean in blinding flashes. Then, between the towering waves, we saw something moving just beneath the surface. It rose for only a heartbeat before vanishing again. None of us spoke. Whatever we'd seen couldn't possibly have been real. Marcus narrowed his eyes, catching only the briefest glimpse of something moving between the crashing waves. Before he could speak, a haunting melody drifted across the sea, beautiful, unearthly, and impossible to describe. A lone siren emerged, almost human in appearance, gliding silently closer while never breaking her haunting song. Every note carried an eerie warmth, perfectly mimicking human emotion and longing. The hypnotic melody wrapped itself around the crew, whispering promises that felt strangely familiar, as if someone they loved was calling them home.
I told you they were real.
As the siren drifted closer, Oivan's desperate warning cut through the howling storm like a blade. Terror gripped his weathered face as the haunting melody grew louder, wrapping itself around the crew. He had heard the legends all his life, but never believed he would live long enough to witness one.
It looks almost human-like, but it's not human.
Don't listen. Her song will kill you.
Marcus, Tyler, and Jimmy stared in stunned disbelief as the creature transformed before their eyes into a breathtaking woman. Tyler's heart froze when he recognized the face he had mourned for a year. Drawn by impossible hope, he drifted toward the rail. Ivan knew the truth. The apparition fed upon grief, wearing familiar memories as irresistible bait, silently luring its prey into oblivion.
Mom, is that really you? Please, Mom, don't leave me again.
Marcus, grab Tyler. That's not his mother. Don't let him go overboard.
Marcus seized Tyler just as he lunged over the rail, desperately fighting to break free. The horrifying illusion of his mother had nearly claimed him. Tyler collapsed into tears as grief overwhelmed him, while Jimmy guided him below deck.
It's gonna be okay. I've got
The siren's haunting song faded into the raging storm, and the creatures slipped silently beneath the black waves, vanishing without a trace. Moments later, I descended from the wheelhouse and locked eyes with Ivan. Neither of us spoke. We both understood. The nightmare had only begun. The storm erupted with impossible violence, swallowing the Northern Star beneath towering walls of black water. I fought the wheel with every ounce of strength, struggling to keep the vessel from capsizing as lightning tore across the heavens. Ivan released the final crab traps into the raging sea, his hand steady despite the terror burning in his eyes. He understood what the others could not. This storm was not born from wind or tide. Something ancient had summoned it. The sirens had failed to claim their souls. And now the ocean demanded something far greater. Beneath the waves, something colossal stirred in the darkness. For centuries, humanity had poisoned the waters, slaughtered marine life, and scarred the ocean floor without consequence. But the sea had remembered every wound. Tonight, its patience had ended. Deep beneath the raging surface, the ancient Leviathan awakened, rising from the abyss to deliver the ocean's judgment upon those who had entered its kingdom. In an instant, the storm was upon us as the ocean transformed into a raging nightmare. The northern star was swallowed by monstrous swells, surrounded by a wall of darkness as the storm descended upon the helpless vessel. I fought desperately to keep the vessel upright as monstrous waves hurled it from crest to trough. Rain battered the deck while thunder shook the heavens, and lightning illuminated the chaos. Then, from the darkness below, something colossal erupted from the sea and slammed into the hull with devastating force. The impact nearly overturned the vessel. The Leviathan was real. Its immense body disappeared beneath the waves, only to strike again, circling the ship like an ancient predator awakening from the abyss. When all hope seemed lost, a blinding bolt of lightning tore through the heavens and struck the creature directly. It recoiled before vanishing into the depths. Moments later, a smaller beast emerged, only to be struck by another powerful bolt and swallowed by the raging sea. I seized the moment, turning the northern star toward calmer waters. Against impossible odds, we survived. Perhaps it was divine grace that spared us. The ocean had shown mercy, but its ancient guardians would remember humanity's sins.
Captain Granger clings to his faith as he faces something beyond human understanding. Yet perhaps Earth remembers every wound we inflict upon her. Our planet has sustained life for billions of years, adapting, healing, and enduring. If the Earth is truly a living system, perhaps it possesses its own defenses, just as the human body has organisms designed to protect it. Maybe we simply have not pushed nature beyond its threshold. But if humanity ever crosses that unseen boundary, could the planet respond? Perhaps the creatures we call mythical are not legends at all, but ancient guardians awakened when Earth is threatened. What if the stories passed down through generations are warnings, not fantasies? Maybe the ocean's deepest mysteries exist to remind us that we are guests upon a world far greater than ourselves. Against impossible odds, Captain Granger never surrendered his faith. He stood at the helm, guiding his crew through the darkness and confronting what lurks beneath the unseen depths. Sometimes survival is more than strength. It is courage, faith, and the grace to keep moving forward. Until next time, thank you for watching Image Create Entertainment, brought to you by Infinite Chronicles.